What's going on, ladies and gents? Before we start the video, I want to remind everybody, Content Creator Program Season 18 is coming to an end in less than a week. If you have not already done so, guys, hit that support button, get yourselves in. I've got 3 more codes on the way for you starting tomorrow. And if you aren't going to be ready for it, you're going to be missing out on 500 Essence Stones plus other codes as well. If you're already a supporter, please make sure to log into your account, go to my page, go to the supporter tab and extend. If you don't extend, you will not be getting these codes either. So make sure you extend, guys. If you're not a supporter already, get into the support program and make sure you get yourselves in for free codes, guys. I promise you guys, you don't want to miss out on these. Plus, if you extend, you don't have to worry about resupporting next season. It's automatically done for you. And also, don't forget to come join the gaming Discord for your chance as a supporter to win some free money every season. All right, now with that being said, guys, we are going to be doing an update on the tier list and giving you guys the most up-to-date tier list, including Jung. So we're going to go through all of that together as a squad. So I'll be right back for that. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to the tier list update. So we do this every single time there's a release hunter, and I know a lot of you guys might be like, Payne, what's the point of doing this every single time? Well, honestly, there's a lot of adjustments that are made usually to older hunters, and some that may impact the tier list as it stands. And yes, we do change the tier list quite often. Now, as usual, guys, we're going to be covering everyone from SR all the way up to the newest units, going up to triple S being the highest standard possible, SS being you can probably finish most of the game with it, just won't be at the highest scores, S being still viable to finish most of the content. A, B, C, D usually filler roles. For A, B's are just like, you know, commonplace. You want to use them on a guild boss because you have nothing else. C and D you want to pretty much avoid, and that's where most of the players really don't move much. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now let's go through the list and talk a little bit about everyone that belongs here. So first off, SRs. Yes, unfortunately, guys, SRs just don't have a place in the game anymore outside of idle rewards. So all the SRs will in fact sit there. Are there better SRs than others? 100%. There are some amazing SRs, but it's unfortunate that the game has just never allowed us to really fully utilize them. I remember when I made my first SR only account when the game came out and I finished the whole game with SRs, and it felt like such a cool accomplishment. Nowadays, it makes no sense to even touch an SR anymore. It's just not useful. They've been completely replaced. And there's one other person who sits with these SRs who's an actual SSR, and that is Dung Poo. Yes, his shadow is much better than him, has been for quite, as soon as it's come out, but this unit has been pretty subpar, to say the least, from the day he arrived, right? Okay, let's go through some other ones. Okay, we're gonna do Choi afterwards just because you get a little bit of buff. Emma, still not very good. Was meta back in the day, and it's so sad to see that. Lim, same kind of scenario. Oh, my girl Suh, she used to be amazing, downtrodden. This guy always sucked, but he got much better at one point, but now he's back to being kind of useless. And then of course SM Beck. Now Choi did sit in this same category for quite some time. They gave him a little bit of a DPS boost, so we're gonna put him in B. Still, I would avoid him like the plague, quite honestly, and that's just my take on it. Now, I did have Gun Hee in B originally. I'm actually gonna move him up to A this time, only because I have noticed that he is semi good as a support still, and honestly he still brings enough viability to the light team in the DPS category, or he at least boosts DPS in that category for light, etc. But honestly, he's going to be pretty useful or pretty useless when it comes down to using him during the release of the light buster, which actually may end up being next. But other ones that belong in this section as well too, unfortunately, a lot of the mighty have fallen, and you're going to see this is going to be the trend. So one example of this is going to be Mei Lin. Mei Lin is now going to be a B tier unit. Hansi Mei is also another one here who's going to be a B tier unit, if I could just find her on my list here. So this should be a little bit more organized. It usually is, actually. What is happening right now? I cannot find her, but she is in here somewhere. I'm positive. There she is, right there. I was gonna say the hair. You could probably find the hair. There you guys go. And then of course Charlotte and Harper, the 2 kids who were released, that kind of everybody threw their arms up in the air being like, why are these people in solo leveling a rise? Well, they're no good. Nobody cares about them. They're kind of pretty useless now. All right, going now to A section. I'm gonna give Gina a little bit more love, only because now I got a chance to compare her to Jung, and honestly Gina still kind of holds her own, even though she's not as viable as what she once used to be. She's still a pretty damn good unit. But in here we're gonna put some of these other characters. So Seyun, we're gonna put Wu. Actually, you know what? Mei Yun probably goes here as well too. We're gonna put the entire idol squad in here. The only one that doesn't actually belong here from the idol squad, I'd say, is most likely going to be Shuhai. I'd say she's probably B tier, but I'll give her A just because she does crank up sub damage back in the day. Now, most people are not using her that often anymore, so I think it's safe to say that. One person I forgot to add here is going to be Stark as a DPS breaker. I'll put him in B. Very selfish character. Can't get him anymore. Not that viable. And I think he kind of sits in there as well too. And honestly, I'm going to give these guys a little bit more credit. I personally still use Min all the time on my free-to-play account, and he still delivers the goods. I'm going to put him in S, and I'm going to put Gina in S as well too, only because now we have a chance to compare her to another support, and quite honestly, she does still hold her own as a very good fire support, so we're going to put her there. Akari is also going to go in S as a pretty damn good light support. The update to Mireille, also going to keep her in S. Alicia also got a little bit of an update, obviously, so she's also going to go into the S category if I can find her on this list. There she is right there. And then of course we have ourselves Fern. I think Fern honestly still can hold her own. I'll put her up here in the top S tier. Goto is definitely going to go into the S category. You're going to see a lot of S's here, guys. Kanae, honestly, still really good DPS. I'll put her like right around right there, probably right there. Yeah, I think she still deserves that. And honestly, let's just put Laura in there. I think Laura is probably one of the best supports in the game. So I think this is a pretty good closeout list for the existing meta as it sits. So this is the part where I kind of struggle, right? So like I do want to put Yusa Yun in here, but now that we have a Firebuster, I kind of find that she's maybe like right in here instead. So I'll put her in the S category again because I had her in SS before. I'm going to drop her down one just because after taking a chance to look at all that. So let's see, there's also let's see, trying to think if anyone else is in here. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's talk about SS now. So we're gonna put all the better SS units in here. Actually, I forgot Gun He. There you go. Gun He's gonna go in here. I think he deserves a little bit more love than I gave him last time, so we'll toss him in there. And I think Essel also probably deserves a little bit more love in here as well too. Okay, so we're gonna do Fern up here as well too. I still maybe triple S still for Fern. Honestly, she still does hold her own as a fantastic unit. We're gonna put Shaw in double S. We're gonna put him in there, Wolfie, SM Beck. We're gonna throw in Daddy in there as well too. I think honestly, Daddy, yeah, he has to kind of drop now because we now have a Buster in place. Let's see who else. Soren. I'm gonna put Soren in here with Goto, so I'm gonna put her right there. Sorry, I forgot to add her there. And I think Thomas also still deserves double S. The reason why I put him in double S right now, guys, he's probably triple S still at the moment, but by the time next month comes out, and if there is a light Buster, he is going to actually end up being probably a secondary unit for DPS, and we're probably gonna maybe remove Cha and all of those other content that we have. Lee Bora for sure is gonna be double S. Elena for sure triple S. Liu 100% goes up here. Agnes 100% goes up here. So these two are going to be interchangeable. Liu I still find a bit better overall as gameplay wise, but Agnes does do more damage. But now with Jung in place, Liu definitely takes the top spot as the best support or the best DPS in the game because he has now the best support. So I think it's honestly a pretty big deal. Then we have Mary, of course. We're gonna put this the infusers right here, or the stackers right there. We have, I'd say, honestly, Igris probably up there. Sung Ki-hoon, I'd say probably double S here. He's amazing still. Rieji, I'd say probably a little bit better than Igris. Christopher Reed, probably the best infuser now in the game. Next, yeah, maybe they're pretty close. Mary and Christopher Reed are pretty close one another now. White Chaw, still the best DPS in the game for water. Antoine, I'd say probably here. And then Yuki, oh, I forgot about Yuki. She's gonna definitely be, say double S for Yuki, and then of course Leonard being the top DPS for Wind is gonna sit right around. I mean, he has to kind of have the top spot here for Wind, so we're gonna toss him up here. So there you guys go. That is the complete tier list for everybody. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, guys. If you don't, let me know what you would change. But this is right here the current setup meta for all elements. If you're gonna run Fire, for example, you're gonna run Liu, Jung, and you're gonna run Christopher Reed. If you're gonna be Wind, you're gonna be running Jinna, Leonard, and Rieji. If you're water, you're gonna be running Cha, Elena, and Mary. And then if you're running dark, it's gonna be Agatha, what's his nuts here, and Lee Bora, or I mean, yeah, I guess Lee Bora would probably be it, or Daddy if you don't have Agatha like I do. Agatha, is that her name? I'm trying to remember her name. That is her name. And then of course for light, you're gonna be running either Thomas or Cha with Antoine, and then Laura or Min, or Gun He or Akari. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that support button to keep yourselves into the program so I can continue sending you guys some codes. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.